Bust it.
Hello and thanks for staying with us. Welcome to Political Platform. My name is Amechi and it was a beautiful Friday morning coup in the nation's capital, even though authorities are suggesting some earth movement. No panic yet. Some earth tremors here and there, but from indications, everything is under control. But to the political turf, 84 million Nigerians will decide who will become president come February 16, 2019. That's from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. A total number of those in the voters register. 14.5 million, almost 14.5 million new voters captured during the just concluded continuous voters registration exercise. That is 20% of the entire 84 million. And if you ask me, I keep telling people, this 20%, 14 million, will make the impact. They will make the difference. Most times, these people that rush to vote are those who have not been part of the electoral process but feel sufficiently provoked to become part of the process. And if you gauge voter turnout during that election, this new entrance into the voters register will register a very high percentage. So it's there for the political parties, 91 of them, to begin to lobby and canvass for votes from these Nigerians. But from our experience, 30 to 40%. Sometimes when we are lucky, we niche towards 50% of voter turnout. Are we going to get as much as 50% this time around? We'll wait to see. But the PDP is setting up a panel to prune the number of presidential aspirants under his umbrella. 13 of them, they say, is unwieldy, and if they go into contest, it will spill bad blood. So they are thinking of reducing the number and allowing only those that stand a good chance of going in to really go into the contest. There are reports that some PDP presidential aspirants are also taking up governorship forms for their states, suggesting some lukewarm attitude or just trying to be smart by ensuring that they don't throw their eggs in one basket. If they miss out here, they will also have an opportunity to also do it there. These are some of the speculations we are getting, not confirmed though. And the debate over the purchase of the nomination form, free form for the president by a group, that's the Nigeria Consolidated Ambassadors Network. The group said it contributed money from its members. Its members across the nation contributed money. The 45 million they used in purchasing the form for the president. But the PDP says it's a violation of the Electoral Act. No single individual, according to some provisions, section 91, subsection 9 of the Electoral Act says no one single individual can contribute more than 1 million. Now, who investigate to know if and determine if a single individual among the ambassadors contributed more than 1 million? These are some of the issues. We'll be linking up with the national coordinator of that group, Sunusi Musa, to take him up on the reasons behind the action, and also be welcoming a PDP stalwart Shield Nwazura, who to also offer his perspective from the PDP angle. My colleague is there with me, Shola Jasimi. Thank you so much for coming around.
Thank you, Amechi. Talking about politicians who aspire for the presidency and eventually
settle for governorship.
Yes, it reminds me of in 2015. I remember clearly that
I know where you're going to. Imo State.
Imo State. Rochas Okorocha had said, yes, I will slug it out with Buhari for the ticket of the APC. He contested in that primaries, and he had put somebody on the side to say, okay, hold on first. If nothing happens in this president, I'm coming back to Government House. And that's what happened.
He did go back. He didn't win the presidential nomination of the APC, but smart enough, the man he put there was Uche Nwosu.
Exactly.
The son-in-law. Yes. And the same Uche Nwosu he has endorsed to succeed. Uche Nwosu grabbed the APC ticket, kept it in the cooler for Okocha. When Okocha came back, he resigned, based on the amended Electoral Act.
Exactly.
You must resign from your candidacy. He did that. The party conducted a fresh nomination, and Richard Okorocha
came back again
as governorship
candidate. Also in 2011, maybe some might forget, Bukola Saraki, who was governor, two-term governor, was about wrapping up his tenure. He had his posters, his banners was everywhere in 2011 that I'm going for the presidency. Eventually, this time not back to the governorship, but one Alhaji Gold was, quote, like some said, forced to relinquish his candidacy for the Kwara Central Senatorial District seat. As Saraki, went into that, won the elections, and is Senate president now. So some of these politicians, they have a way of having a second alternative, a plan B, if you might call it. Now, talking about the candidates or the aspirants themselves, is it a case of the more the merrier? I'm talking about the PDP presidential race, or a case of too many cooks spoiling the broth, as the English would like to say it? Well, it's politics at work. One of the aspirants, a former vice president, Atiku Abubakar, yesterday went to the Wadata House to submit all his forms, and a little crisis broke out. Are the youths allowing themselves to be used to cause chaos and all that? Some of those who have written... They said
they saw an APC flag being waved around the PDP, and it resulted to some fisticuffs.
So that shouldn't be. So even if there are those who still believe that maybe Atiku should not have left the PDP and they come there, there are some people who are diehard loyalists to certain people, and when they feel they've left the platform upon which they had made a lot of progress, they might be dissatisfied and they move in and say, no, we see some of these things happen in the US. Some people believe, some people, hopping from one place to the other. And because they like their personality, they still continue to put pressure on them. And Abuja people, like you said, no need for alarm. Be very calm. The FCT Emergency Management Agency has said, look, those tremors, which some witnessed yesterday, those tremors will come because of... the issues around the earth and all that, but that we should remain
Nothing
calm.
serious.
Nothing serious,
okay.
Yes.
Let's bring in your mails. After the mails, before then a break, we'll bring in our analyst for today. Please don't get away.
Hello and welcome to the mail segment. I am Tenikang Akipu.
And I'm Amaka Okoro. Welcome.
We're starting with a mail from Amechi Obochi in Kubwa, Abuja. He writes on the action by the police on the invasion of Edwin Clark's residence. He says, the force spokesman Jim Moshood, in a statement yesterday, said that the Inspector General of Police has approved the dismissal of Inspectors Godwin Musa, Sadar Abubakar, and Yabo Paul from the service for the unauthorized, illegal, and unprofessional misconduct in the search of the residence of Chief Edwin Clark in Asukoro, Abuja. And I ask, why is the dismissal of these police officers coming at a time the Nigerian police is becoming notorious with illegal, unauthorized arrest, search, occupation and blockade of convoys of some Nigerian leaders who are perceived to be opposed to Buhari's system of administration? Anyway, if the Inspector General of Police is really serious, he should go further, as some senior officers were behind the search carried out in the residence of elder statesman Edwin Clark here in Abuja, as only punishing these innocent junior ones who were merely obeying orders from the superiors will not help the police at all. I therefore urge the IGP to do the needful on all other illegal, unauthorized actions like this one that happened recently, especially that of the President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, and the Deputy Senate President, Ike Ekweremadu.
And Henry Ewunono from Gariki here in Abuja writes on the APC primaries and says, I am amused at the emerging patterns of choice of modality for primary elections chosen by the different state chapters of the APC. Majority of the state chapters have chosen indirect primaries, citing reasons of unavailability of authentic membership register, difficulty in identifying authentic party members, cost and logistics, etc. Please permit me to ask if the logistic membership register and security concerns would not be an issue during the election of presidential candidates using direct primary. Does it mean that the much touted deepening of grassroots democracy ends with the coronation of President Buhari as the sole candidate? Dear Nigerians, let's stop losing sleep and fighting ourselves over politicians and their innuendos. They all are the same. Preservation of self-interest remains their first and last commandments.
And that will be it on the mail segment. Keep sending your mails to Political Platform at RayPower.fm.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We are still making efforts to reach Sunusi Musa, National Coordinator, Nigeria Consolidated Ambassadors Network, NCAN, the group that purchased a free form for President Muhammad Buhari, 45 million naira. That action has come under criticism. We'll soon have Musa here to give us the lowdown, like we say in local parlance, what motivated them to take the action, and of course the rationale behind it. We also hope to have Shield Mwazurahu, PDP stalwart, that will be after Sunusi Musa. But Shola, one interesting development in the southeast part of the country, one of the senatorial constituencies in Anambra State, Bianca Ojukwu is the widow to late Ikemba Emeka Odimegwu Ojukwu. She has come up for a senatorial contest, hoping to go under ABGA. Now, two things. These children of Ojukwu says they will not be supporting her. And some Newe indigenous says she is not one of our own. Of course, Bianca is daughter to Ono, late former governor of old Anambra State, Sisi Ono, Chukwuma Ono, that she's from Enugu State, and by implications will not be flying the flag of an Anambra senator. It's quite interesting. Besides that, Ifeanyi Ubah, a billionaire, has some interest, but Ikedio Hakim of ABGA, former governor of Imo State, has said last week that 14 billionaires have pledged to finance Bianca Ojukwu's senatorial contest, saying money will not be any problem.
It's a very interesting development coming from that part of the country, the southeast. In fact, Bianca Ono, as she was then, a former most beautiful girl in Nigeria, who married the Igbo icon Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu as a very young girl, and eventually she was with him up until when he passed on about 4 years ago, thereabout. I think we have one of our...
Yes, we have Sunusi Musa, National Coordinator, Nigeria Consolidated Ambassadors and Network. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Samachi.
So why did you decide to purchase a free form for Mr. President?
I think that has been stated in hours on the day in the speech delivered at the place. We decided to do this because of the conviction. The president has been doing a wonderful job in laying a foundation for a greater Nigeria for those of us that are coming up. And we believe we have made an appreciable progress in the fight against terror and the militancy in the Niger Delta. We have said it clearly, those who know that before this time, when the president comes into office, about 14 local governments of this country were under the Boko Haram, the terrorists. That is not the case today. The good people of Niger Delta, who were hitherto due to the bad governance of the previous administration, were forced to take arms against the neglect of the people, have some reason to give peace a chance because of the effort being made by the president to address the issue of neglect of the Niger Delta people.
Okay, some people believe this 45 million naira gift is a form of bribe to the president.
Well, everybody has is entitled to his opinion, but by God's grace, I'm a lawyer with more than 12 years experience as a lawyer. And this is not a money that is meant to count any favor. This is an organization that is used by people who, most of us, are doing well in our chosen places. And we have gone around the country to meet the people down there because we have leadership structure all over the country. So I don't know what people mean when it says it's a bribe. In what way?
They say when the president wins a re-election, you want something in return. Some appointments, some contracts, some favors, something, they said.
we all of us participated in the 2015 election of the president. I was a member of the legal directorate of the campaign council. I have not been appointed anything since the president came. I have not been given.
But you didn't buy a free form then. The president took a loan.
Hello?
I said then your organization didn't buy a free form. They said a free nomination form, unlike in 2015 when the president took a bank loan to purchase his form, is one that will make the president to be indebted to your group.
No, you are saying we are doing it because we expect to be appointed. So when I'm saying we have played our modest role in various places in order to bring President Muhammadu Buhari to office in 2016. And we were not given appointment. Neither were we given contracts or any legal job. I have not been given.
So it's a selfless service.
So what? No. What? It's a selfless service, and the reason why we voted for Muhammadu Buhari, he has been giving it out. It's because of good governance. We are young people. We are tired of the system PDP has entrenched in this country. And we have a duty to see that this country is put on the right track.
Okay, now let's see it from the legal perspective. The PDP says your action violates the section 91, subsection 9 of the Electoral Act that says no individual should contribute more than 1 million. Now, you said your supporters are across the nation. Did anybody contribute more than 1 million?
First of all, let me respond on the legal issue. The PDP is unfortunate that I thought they have a legal advisor in the party. The section 91 sub 9 they are talking about says clearly that no individual shall contribute more than 1 million naira to a candidate. Now, the question is that President Muhammadu Buhari, is he a candidate? He's not even an aspirant. Go to section 87 sub 4, paragraph A and B of the Electoral Act. It says who is an aspirant of the party.
Someone who has picked nomination form.
No, it's not only picking the nomination form, but the decision of the Supreme Court in Silva against PDP. The buying of the nomination form does not still make you an aspirant.
Okay.
It's only when you have gone through the screening process and the party says, okay, we are satisfied, you can go ahead and participate in the primary election.
Okay, we understand your argument, Sunusi, and we appreciate the time you gave us. We'll be linking up to you much more later in the days and weeks to come as we approach the election. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Probably this is one of the groups who believe that, yes, let's put our 1 million naira together and support this cause. And of course, there are also some who believe that well, we don't agree. Everything all boils down to who you support. That's why we have a democratic process in Nigeria. You can put your money where your mouth is, as the Americans will say it, so that when the chips are down, I think him saying that they don't have any interest is just by the other side. But if they do, why not? There are issues of lobbying, and you express your interest in certain areas.
We have Shield Mwazura, who is PDP stalwart. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the line.
So how do you react to the purchase of a free form for the president by a group, one of his support groups?
I think we should start getting serious with governance. President Buhari has lowered every standard. And as of now, it's making us look like a laughing stock. Which group picked the form? Are they a registered group? Are they known? Who are the people who picked the form for the president? There are so many things to say, but the most important is that...
Must they be registered before they pick a form for the president? Is there anything based on our laws that says a group must be registered before it can contribute and help somebody to buy a form?
No, the group doesn't, but they don't need to bandy around the fact that, a group picked the form for the president and this is the name of the group that is not registered. What I'm saying is, on what basis will any group pick a form for President Buhari? On what basis? That he doesn't have money to buy the form? Please. In 2015, we had a president who told us he did not have 27 million naira to buy the nomination form of the APC then, made a public call that he was asking his bank account officer to honor any check that was given. Please, we have gone beyond all these jokes. Governance is serious business. Who are the people picking the forms for the president? And why are they picking?
A PDP stalwart and Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu were told some people in his constituency also purchased his form for him. Now, what makes it different from that of the president?
If anybody picks the form for Ike Ekweremadu, if anybody picks the form for Ike Ekweremadu, the same way I will ask, why would anybody pick the form for them? What have they done? In 3.5 years, Nigeria has been turned into the poverty capital of the world. In 3.5 years, our economy has been battered. There should be results. If I'm buying something for you, I'm Dr. Amechi, if I'm doing something for you, it should be the fact that you have proven yourself to be capable of holding the office that you hold. If after 3.5 years, Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world, why should I buy a phone for you to come back? It's simple. Why? Do I want to turn Nigeria into Syria or Somalia? If the best you could give to this country after 3.5 years is to turn us to the extreme poverty capital of the world, if after all your efforts, all you could do is to turn Nigeria into the Come on.
Now let's take a look at developments within your party, the PDP. 13 aspirants. The party saying this number is so big, maybe you have to prune it to a manageable number.
No. Dr. Amechi, please. It's democracy, please. Please, it's democracy. It's democracy.
And it's the more the merrier in democracy.
See, 100 people can vie for the office. We are not APC. We are not planted in Babylon. We are not planted in Daura. The People's Democratic Party remains the party where you, as Dr. Amechi and Akwe, can come to our data house today and obtain your form.
Okay.
Nobody is telling you no form for you, no this. We can have 100 people contest under the PDP. The truth of the matter is, all the people that have come out, Saraki, David Mark, Shekarau, Kwakwaso, Tamboa, everyone who has come out under the PDP
is qualified.
Is qualified. Not only qualified. There are better options. There are better options than President Buhari.
We have to thank you so much, Sheikh Mazurahu, a PDP star, for giving us your time.
Well, February the 16th, Nigerians, the 84 million, as INEC has said, will be able to determine who they want as president of Nigeria. And the interesting thing is that not all these 84 million will vote. You will find out that
get up to 40, then
that will be a huge one, and that will be a record for Nigeria. I mean, just before we run off, is it that some people were used as sacrificial lambs? Talking about the
dismissal of 3 police officers
who
by the
were
IG?
alleged to have carried out the raid. There are people involved. The little I know about security services is that commanders give orders, and oftentimes those commanders are held responsible.
So have they told us who issued the command, the directive for those officers
the lawyer,
to raid the house of Edwin Clark?
They haven't. The IG hasn't said that. The lawyer to Chief Edwin Clark, Kayode, Ajulo, Kayode said in a petition written to the president that was submitted
where he
yesterday,
accused the IG of being aware of the
exactly.
Of the
he said a DCP Yusuf Kolo, who is in charge of the IG's tactical squad, as well as one AIG Usman and AIG intelligence should be the ones that should have been the fall for this, not the young 4 guys who have now been sacked.
4 guys, sacrificial guys, we don't know. They said the 4th officer, I think,
is an ASP. That is an interdiction.
Interdiction. We don't. Is the technical jargon. We don't know the meaning.
It basically just means you'll be on suspension. You face a panel,
and he's the most senior among them.
He's an ASP.
So he should be the one to answer for the action of the. But he should be at the head of the team.
Kayode Ajulo said he got orders from these other very senior officers.
Okay, the drama continues. Meanwhile, the Asokoro residents of Edwin Clark has become a maker of some sort. Atiku Abubakar, Governor Kowa, they are all flooding in pledging solidarity at the time. The Ijo youth groups are threatening a lot if the government does not go beyond apologies.
And the other statement itself saying, look, young guys, shoot your swords.
On Monday, we are out of time. We'll be here again. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good weekend.